like a map with no ocean.
Hello, welcome back to Catia. Today we are making the second part of our part design. This time we are making the Actuator Rod. So what we want to do, what our end product is, this part here, this beauty. So first, before we start making a new part, a list of types, we just select part. We call it our course number and 2 and O2 as part file. And disable hybrid design and enable create geometrical set. Then click OK. And we can start. So our first sketch is starting on the ZX plane. Select the ZX plane from the left tree and click on sketch. We want to make a rectangle, but not a normal rectangle like last time. This time we want to make a centered rectangle. So select here. So it was fast. Here we have the normal rectangle, drop down menu, and there we can find our centered rectangle. And place it in an origin, 0, 0, and make it as big as we want. Question is, why making it an origin? Well, if we make a, not why an origin, why centered rectangle, sorry. We want to save time. If we make a centered rectangle, it's already constrained when it comes about symmetry. So here we have the screening indications, here. This means this perfectly symmetry, as you can see. And the only thing that we have to do is to make it as constrained, making values for the length, for the width and the height. So select the constraint tool and make constraints for right side and upper side, or left side or lower side. Never mind. And now it should be as constrained. It is as constrained as we see. And now we change this value to 30 millimeters and this value to 15 millimeters. Let's check it if it's right. So as we can see, and let me scroll up. Here we see 30 and 15, so perfect. Let's go back and we can leave the sketch, exit workbench. And now we want to make a pad out of it. So we select the pad tool from the right side and sketch run. Click OK. Select the sketch and let's look for values. It should be 25 millimeters first value and 15 millimeters second limit. So first limit is 25. And click on more. There we can find more informations and dimensions. Leave like this, and 15 millimeters as a length. That's all. Click OK. There we have a small little block. I will just quickly change the shading with edges so it looks more better. And what we now want to do is we want a pad here, but we want like a connection between the pad, a circle pad, and our rectangle block here. So first, to make the circle, we need a new plane because we are always making sketches on planes. So if we want something here, we make a new plane. To make this new plane, we select the plane feature. To find this feature here, it's smaller under here, so you have to drag out your tools like this, and then there are more tools under this. So this is not all that you got. There's much more. So here we have this toolbar with a plane. You can also click on insert and then search here for the plane. Let me see where it is. Somewhere here. I'm not sure, but you can search here, and then you also can make a plane over this insert command, but it should be here on the right toolbar. So as a reference, we use our ZX plane where we made the sketch, and as an offset we use 60 millimeters. So we have created, then you just click on OK, and then you have created a plane 60 millimeters away from our ZX plane towards the positive y direction. So here we have our little coordinate system, and there you can see this is y direction, this one, positive, and we made our plane here, so it's correct. So we also says. So now we want to make a sketch on this new plane, so select plane 1 this time and sketch. And there we make a circle. So select your circle tool. and make a circle, never mind how big it is, and make a constraint for it of 25 millimeters as diameter. Check if it's ISO constraint. It's ISO constraint. Beautiful. So we can leave the sketch again. And now we want to make it connected to the circle. This area should be connected to this. To make this, we have to make some reference points for the tool that we use later. So we select again our plane and make a new sketch on it. So sketch 3 this time. And we are making points, just simple points. These should be constants with our circle and also with the upper or lower line of our rectangle. So select the point tool from the right toolbar. Click anywhere. Select constraint tool. Double click it because we need to use it often. Select our point. You can also make it from the tree. Just go to underline sketch. Sketch 3, it's underlined because it's defined in the work object. So you're working inside this sketch. Expand it and the geometry, and there we can see point 1. You can select from the tree or from the sketch. And select your circle or rectangle, never mind what you select first. And then you have this green line. So this is a distance, but we don't want to make a distance. We want to make it constants. And now select again your point, and now the rectangle line here, the horizontal line, and make it also constant. So it's on the edge, as you can see here. Now I need 3 more points, here, here, and here. But we are lazy, we are engineers. Engineers are always lazy, so we are not making a point and making constraints all over again. We are making it very fast to save time and selecting this mirror tool here from the right toolbar, mirror, and selecting our point. And now we just have to select the axis where we want to mirror it. So I want this point on the left side, so I select the Y axis, and there we have it on the left side. Now I do it again, select again the mirror tool, or we double click it. Then we save more time. Select again our point, and now we want it here in this corner. So I select the x-axis. Beautiful. Now I want it in the last corner, lower left. So I select this point or this point. Let's select this point here, point 2. Select from here. And select the x-axis because I want it there. So I have to mirror it on the x-axis. And there we are. We have 4 points perfectly on the edge of our circle and our rectangle. So we can exit workbench again. And here we have 4 points around circle on the plane. And now we make a pad out of this circle. So select your sketch 2, minimize this, sketch 2, make a pad. Now the first limit is a length of 930 millimeters. And that's all. Just click on preview, there we see our pad, click OK. And that's all. Now we have our little block and our pad. Before we connect them, we have to do one small step. Select the plane, this one here, and select sketch. Now we use from our right side our tool project 3D element. Select it and click on the face again where we make it sketch. And then we see we have a yellow-orange outline. And this indicates we made 3D element. So the outline of our rectangle we projected on our sketch. So we can leave the sketch. And here you can see this outline. And this one we need to make the connection between our circular pad and our little block here. To make this connection, we are using the multi-section tool, multi-section solid. And we are selecting sketch 4 that we have just created. And in the edge here, the circled sketch with the pad, it's called pad 2, edge 1. And that's all. Now we can click on preview. It gives us an error. And it looks weird. It looks like spaghetti. That's not what we want because it's completely wrong. We want a normal connection from this point to this point to this point and so on. So we have to rearrange it. Let's close it and do it again. So sketch 4 again. then the edge of the pad 1, pad 2. And now we click on coupling, and section coupling is ratio. And then we click on the 3 dots here in the list, and we want to add now new coupling points. So we select this point, any point from our rectangle here. Let's say this point, and we are connecting it always with the opposite point on our circle. So the opposite of this is this one, selected, and we do the same for the rest. So just connect them. And we have our point, and the last one also here. So now it looks much better, but we still have a problem. This is still not possible to make because we have here our closing point where our multi-section is, so it should close. And this closing point is not the same like on our little block. So we need a closing point on this line here. On this point it should be. And it's here, more up. How can we do it? Well, very easy. We just right click on closing point 2 and replace and select the point where it should be. It should be this point. Since here's closing point 1 and there should be closing point 2. Now we can click on preview and perfect. We have a solid in the middle and it's connected. Now we want to deform this, not deform, but form this. So we want here a little arc, you want a pocket, and here we want a hole. We are starting with a sketch on, which plane is it? Let's see. On a XY plane. Select XY plane, make a sketch. Now we are making a rectangle with our normal rectangle tool. Select it, make a rectangle anywhere. Double click constraint tool, and now we make constants with this line and this line, this line and left line and lower line and lower line. So that it fits perfect on our object. So select just these 2 lines, constants. Oh, somehow it's constant already. But yeah, I can select it now, so I just drag it like this. And make it constants again, this. And the lower line also. Coincidence. Now I make a value like a height for this. It should be 30 millimeters. Just have in 30. And that's all. Now we can exit workbench. Here we have our small rectangle that we have made. And now we want to make here this little arc, so deleting something. For this we are using the triangle, how's it called? Edge fillet? No, not edge fillet. Here we have edge fillet tool and drop down menu, and here we have tritangent fillet, it's called. Select this tool, and faces to fillet are the right side and the left side. And face to remove is the front side. It should appear red when you select it. Click on preview, you can see these outlines, that's half circle, perfect, click OK, and there we have it. Next step is making a pocket in the middle of here. It should be a thickness of 5 millimeters. So we are selecting pocket tool from the right side here and selecting our sketch 5. So selection sketch 5, and it should be a dimension of 2.5 millimeters since we want to make a pocket of 5 millimeters. So we have to use mirror extend because 2 times 2.5 is 5, you know. And here we have our pocket, and click on preview. There we see it's perfectly in the middle. It's 5 millimeters. Great, accept, click OK. Now we are going to the end. Now we just make a hole here and making edge fillet to make some edges smoother. Starting with the hole, let's minimize all this stuff here. And starting with the hole, we want to make it perfectly in the middle here, in the middle of our arc. Oh, it's nearly impossible to do. It's possible to do it just with the hole tool and clicking on it. I show you what happens when I just click on this face if I want to make here a hole. So select from the right side the hole tool and just select the edge. It's not in the middle. It's looking weird. So for this we have a little trick. We are holding the control button, selecting the arc here, this half circle, just the edge, and then selecting the plane, and then selecting our hole tool. And as we can see, it's perfectly in the middle. And we use not blind, we use up to last, so it goes through our whole object and as a diameter 10 millimeters. That's all you have to change. Beautiful. Last step is making this edge more smoother because it's not really sharp, but it's still sharp. It doesn't look nice. So we use our edge filler tool. Here where we have this triangle fillet, we use edge fillet. And we are selecting this edge, and on the other side also this edge. And sorry. And we are making using a radius of 30 millimeters. Should look like this, more smoother. And just click OK. Now this was the last step. Now we can apply our material and then we are finished. So click on Apply Material. Select from Metal, Chroma. Select here AA202. Apply Material and click OK. And Shading with Material. Well, there we have it. That's all. Now we have shaded it. We have a material on it. We have all the edges. It looks beautiful. That's all for this assignment. So see us in the next assignment. Thank you for your attention.